Gotta get situated, Luna. We have to get situated. Hi guys, so I am doing a vlog and I'm joined by my puppy. She's laying down now because she's allowed on the couch now. After coming back from Ireland, that's just my arm, you can't see anything. After coming back from Ireland, she has now grown attached to getting on the furniture because Sean's aunt uncle, my husband's aunt uncle, were the ones that were watching her while we were gone, and they let her up on their couches. And I personally have always thought I wanted her on the couches. Sean didn't want her on the couches, but she, when we came back, pretty much as soon as we came back, she started laying on the couches, and it's just too cute. It's just too cute not to let her. So we came to a compromise. Sean said that he'll let her on the couches, but she's not allowed on the bed, and I think that that's fair. But anyway, getting into some book stuff. So this particular week, I am wanting to finish up a couple of books that are on my June TBR and then, or my May TBR, it's almost June, and then get a head start on a book that is on my June TBR. And so the two books are the read-along books. Those are the ones that are on the May TBR, and that would be The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson, and then Time of Contempt by Andrzej Sapkowski. I'm not gonna lie, Time of Contempt is, I remember being one of my least favorites in the series, and I don't really recall why. I think it just didn't have as much of our main character as I wanted. Sapkowski often ventures off with a few other characters, and I love Geralt, so whenever we aren't with Geralt for a lot of the book, it kind of bums me out. I think that's why. It's been a while, I'll find out. We'll find out together in this vlog. And then in The Well of Ascension, I just love The Well of Ascension. I love this book so much, and there's so many twists and turns, and the intrigue is at level 1000. And the other book, the one that I'm wanting to get a head start on, would be The Descendant of the Crane. This is an Asian-inspired murder mystery set in a fantasy world. So once I get into it, I'll let you know my thoughts. Luna's out of here. She doesn't care anymore. Oh, maybe she's out of here. Where are you going? Where are you going? Are you staying up here? Okay, I guess she's staying up here. Don't, not the books, not the books. So it's now Thursday, and I am about 90 pages into The Well of Ascension, and I'm about 136 pages, I believe, into The Descendant of the Crane. I'll talk about this one first, because most of you have heard me talk about Mistborn a bunch. So this one's new, and I'll talk about this one first. So this one is, it's a murder mystery, Asian-inspired fantasy, and it definitely just throws you in. When you first get introduced to this world, it's just right away. The girl's father, he's already dead. She knows it was a murder, but other people think it wasn't, and so now the whole kingdom thinks it wasn't, and she is not only having to fill this new role, this more important role now that her father is dead, but she also has to try and convince the judges, essentially, that it wasn't just an accident and that he died of natural causes or something, that she has to prove that he was murdered. Definitely throws you in right away, which I definitely can see being jarring for some people, and maybe they would feel like they need a little more time, especially when this character clearly had a close relationship with her father, and for some, I think they'll find they would have rather kind of seen her with the father before and almost had the story start earlier so that they could see how meaningful he was to the main character. But that's obviously not the case. You just are getting her and then her thoughts about her father. So based off of that setup, it's almost impossible to show the love she had for her father. You kind of have to be told a little bit, but I do feel like the author is making an effort to show through her memories. She'll walk into a certain part of the palace and then think, oh, I remember when father would, do this, something like that, basically. So I still think she's making attempts to show you, but you do kind of just have to believe that the character very much cared about her father, and it's sad that he's gone. There's also some familial elements to the story outside of her relationship with her father. So she also has a full-blood brother, and then she has a half-brother, and then she has two kind of adopted siblings. And it's definitely interesting to see how she gets along with some and not others. And so as the story is unfolding, you're getting to find out more of why does she not get along with this one, and why does she get along so well with this one, and does her getting along with this one cause some of the problems with these ones. So it's got some family drama in it. If you're a fan of family drama so far, I would say you might actually really enjoy this. The mother in the story is interesting. That's all I'll say right now, because I don't want to spoil anything, but the mom is, I don't know, part of me is like, did she do it? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Did she do it? That's not a spoiler because I'm terrible at guessing murder mystery type stuff, but my money's on her. I won't tell you if I'm right or if I'm wrong, but that's where my money's at right now. And then, like I said, I'm about 90 pages into the Well of Ascension. I am loving it so much. I would say I'm loving it so much more even than the first time I read it, which is probably really annoying to people who haven't read Mistborn or don't care for Mistborn, and you're like, I would like your channel better if you didn't talk about it all the time. But I do love it. I love it so much. And the second time around, man, the foreshadowing, I'm on the lookout for it basically, because every time that something happens, I'm like, oh, right there, and I get so excited because there's a twist in this one that I didn't get the first time. Not that I didn't understand it. I understood what happened. I just mean I didn't call it at all. And I think I've only ever known one person who knew the twist. I just wasn't focused on that part of the story. It's not a murder mystery, but it's definitely a whodunit situation. And I, the whole time, was kind of thinking, I'll let myself be surprised. That's how I went into it. And man, was I surprised when I got to that part the first time. So this time, it's been really fun to see all the clues that he's been dropping the whole time. But anyway, the second book in this series, for those that haven't read it, so political, and it deals with a siege. I don't want to say too much again because I don't want to spoil, obviously, the first one for people that haven't read any of it. But siege storylines, I feel like, have the potential to be really boring or really intense. This one, right away, the stakes are high. That's currently where I'm at with my reading so far. I haven't started the Witcher book quite yet because I want to try and finish one of these and then go ahead and move on to that one. I don't like splitting my attention too much, so I'm gonna try to finish one of these before starting Witcher. But anyway, I gotta go on with the rest of my day. I will catch up with you guys later. Luna follows me everywhere in the house. It's super cute. Watch. Hi guys, so it's now a Sunday afternoon. I finished The Well of Ascension yesterday afternoon and I loved it so much. I loved it so much more even than the first time I read it, and I enjoyed it the first time. And these tabs that I have in here, initially the colors meant something, and then it got to a point where I was just kind of running low of a certain color, and then I would start using a different color. So almost every color just represents spots I liked. The only exception to that is the orange, which is times that Sanderson foreshadows, and obviously upon rereading it, I can see so much more. I can see all the clues that he left behind for certain events, sometimes dealing with events in this one book and sometimes dealing with things that happen in the next book, or even maybe a tiny bit. I feel like he's referencing something from Secret History, so went ahead and tabbed it up. I gotta film the book chat for this very soon. Besides that though, I haven't progressed at all in The Descendant of the Crane, and I haven't started The Time of Contempt, but I'm planning to start tonight, but I'm gonna have to end the vlog before I'm able to start it, because on Wednesday evening, my dad was scheduled for this upcoming week to have a very minor surgery. No, nothing big at all, but he just needs somebody to stay with him for a couple days, and that minor surgery is happening tomorrow on Monday, so I just need to make sure that I get everything I need to get done before I go to his house, because he doesn't have internet. So I can't then be taking clips and talking about my reading of this and everything after, because I'll be over at his place. So that's where I'm kind of at with my reading. Definitely will finish this very soon. It's not very long. It's like 330 pages long. So I plan to finish this pretty quick, and then once I get back to my house later in the week, I can film a book chat for it. Like I said, I'm going to film the book chat for The Well of Ascension. There's so many things to talk about. And then hopefully I can finish this one pretty soon and then get a review up for that. But anyway, let me know what you've been up to. Let me know what you've been reading. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.
Luna Bear, do you love being carried by Dad? You're so big now.